Hey, do you want to discover the unusual opportunity that wealthy people take advantage of? Here's just one thought for you. Having money in an IRA is great, but when you take the money out, it's taxed as ordinary income, which is a much more burdensome tax rate than capital gains or qualified dividends. So what do? Well, you may say, John, I'm going to do a Roth conversion, and that may work for you if you're over 59 and a half, but you got to have a long enough timeline for that money to be reinvested in the Roth after you paid the tax on the conversion, so it grows and compounds and it will be tax-free forever. We can help you figure out what the break-even or crossover point is. But if you're going to do the Roth conversion, the objection most people have is, John, I've got to pay the tax on the money I'm converting, and ouch, that kind of hurts. What can I do? Well, first, recognize under one big beautiful bill, for the next 3 years, we're going to be in lower tax rates, so that's a great abundant opportunity for you. But the second thing is, what if you have money outside of your 401k or IRA, right, that's invested, and you get a 1099? What if we reconfigured that money so it increases the dividend or income, but reduces the taxes at the same time? How do you do that? Here's just one idea. What if you have dividends paying 3% tax as ordinary income? Because there's some dividends are taxed as ordinary dividends. And what if instead we reinvested into some type of master limited partnership, let's say in oil and gas, pipelines, or what have you? You get depreciation allowances and your dividend might be 8%. Might be 8%. There are companies out there paying that today, and they've raised the dividends many quarters over quarter. But because of depreciation, which is accelerated under the new tax code, you get to write off some of that dividend as being depreciated. Kind of like if you bought an apartment building and you are a landlord and you have tenants, they're paying you rent, you can depreciate the building because it's going to fall apart over 30 years or so, right? At least that's the theory. Same concept. And if your depreciation reduces your taxable income, instead of paying 15, 20, 25% in tax on an ordinary dividend, you might only pay 3.8% effective rate of tax on the increased income. So you're lowering your tax through an offset on your brokerage account, and that will release or take away the suffering of having to pay some of the tax at ordinary income tax rates when you convert from an IRA to a Roth. Something to think about, because at the end of the day, it's not just how much money you earn, it's what you get to keep that counts.